Benson Boone's vocals at Coachella on Bohemian Rhapsody are very interesting. He does some things vocally that are very smart, but it makes me wonder what he's thinking. So overall in his vocal performance, you don't hear a lot of growls, you don't hear a lot of vocal distortion. It's a very clean, almost not even really belted vocal for the most of it. If you've heard the original of Bohemian Rhapsody, it's definitely got some vocal distortion. It's got a lot of belting. It's got a lot of like growling. There's a lot of vocal things happening. And Freddie Mercury has a similar tone to kind of what Benson Boone was doing at Coachella, but it's definitely very different in a lot of ways. One thing that I noticed that Benson Boone kind of does throughout the entire performance is that he adds a lot of like sounds or sounds at the beginning and the ends of his phrases. Did you hear it? He goes, goodbye, everybody. And then there's like a sound at the end. So he starts the phrase with the and ends it with the And I'm not sure if he's doing this for a stylistic purpose, if he's wanting to make it sound really cool and unique, or if he's doing this from a perspective of a vocalist trying to keep his voice healthy, trying to keep things sounding really good and keep that vocal technique steady. I sort of lean towards he's doing this as a stylistic choice because he does this on almost every single phrase in the first half of this song. I think he's also choosing to make a lot of these normal belts into a lot lighter of a sound. When he sings, goodbye everybody, I've got to go, instead of singing, I've got to go, and really belting that out, he really makes it light. He puts that in his falsetto voice. I've got to go. It's a lot lighter. There's a lot more air kind of pushing through there to make it sound that specific way. I am leaning more towards Benson Boone is doing all of these things for a stylistic purpose so that he doesn't sound like a carbon copy of Freddie Mercury, so that he has his own spin on the song, he has his own tone, his own unique way of singing it, rather than, like I said, just sounding exactly like he's trying to mimic Freddie Mercury. He also has a lot of vibrato throughout this rendition of the song. A lot of the words he ends with a ton of vibrato. Mama, ooh. You can hear like a very intense vibrato on a lot of his held out notes, which again I think could be stylistic choices, or he could just be doing that naturally in his own technique. Personally, I think Benson Boone is an incredible vocalist. I'm curious because he is so new to singing, if a lot of this is somebody working with him, a coach working with him, telling him, okay, we need to keep our voice healthy. Let's do these things a specific way to keep your voice healthy throughout your career. Or if this is just something stylistic that he's working with and experimenting with to see if he likes the way that it sounds. What do you think of this performance in the comments? Let me know.